And good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. Happy 2025. This is the first time I've had the opportunity to host the program since we come back. But today is, it's Friday. Yeah, Friday, January 3rd. That's exciting.
Already.
3
Isn't it amazing?
In. Time's flying, man. It's going to be Christmas in 45 minutes. But we're very, very pleased to have the MLK Coalition in town with us, the Carrollton MLK Coalition, in the studio with us to chat about some upcoming events. Very pleased to have the marketing director with the Carrollton MLK Coalition, Mimi Gentry, as well as newest member, Amy Richardson. We are on our Facebook Live this morning on the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. So if you have any questions or comments for Amy or Mimi, please feel free to read those in. We'd be happy to type those in. We'd be happy to read those out to our guests. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Oh, well, thank you for coming in. Waking up bright and early on this cold, cold day. We appreciate you coming in. So we'll jump right into it. I would love to hear a bit about you. Each of you, tell us a bit about your story. Why don't we start with Mimi? She's no stranger to the show. Jump in there, Mimi. Tell us a bit about yourself.
All right. I'm a Carrollton native. I've traveled around the world, but settled back here. And the reason I was attracted to the MLK Coalition is I just think that unity in our community is vital. And any little thing that I can do to help that happen is what I'm going to do.
Excellent. Right on. Well, we'll throw it over to Amy Richardson, one of the newest members of the Carrollton MLK Coalition. Amy, good morning. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Good morning. So I have lived in Carrollton about 2.5 years now. My brother has lived here for close to 25 years, and so my husband and I have lived across the country, West Coast, Oregon, Florida, to be close to our 94-year-old father, and decided a couple years ago we needed to move to Carrollton to be close to family. And I was lucky enough to meet Mimi, and she told me about the coalition, and I thought that sounds like a great group of bringing people together, and I was very interested in it, just the whole dynamic of diversity and inclusivity.
Awesome. Now, this is a sidebar, but how did you meet?
Through church, through Carrollton Presbyterian.
All right. Shout out Carrollton Presbyterian.
Ooh.
They got a plug this morning. Check it. Awesome. Well, let's talk a bit about the coalition itself. Mimi, before we jump into the questions, if you could you give us a bit of the history of the Carrollton MLK Coalition, as much as you can?
Sure. About 30 years ago, evangelist Lori Bell, decided that this was something that our community needed, more unification. And 30 years ago was a very different time, and yes, we did need some organization working to unify. So she's been at it for 30 years. I've been on the coalition for about 4 years. And we just basically put together events where people get together, people who are different from each other, who might not ordinarily eat around the same table or go to the same church. But this is a way for all of us to get together, get to know each other, get to know people's grandbabies' names, and get to know their hardships and their hopes. And through that, we're hoping to build a stronger community.
And all while honoring Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes.
Who's, you can't think of Martin Luther King Jr. without thinking about his missions of unity and love and compassion and patience.
Yes.
And what amazing
preach.
Yeah, what amazing tenets to carry into the future generations. So
yes.
This is something that the organization has done, and I would love to talk a bit about what the Carrollton MLK Coalition does specifically in our community, because you guys have been very busy over the decades.
Right. Well, we offer a scholarship. This year's scholarship will be in honor of our fallen member, Katie Farmer, who passed away this past year. That's why we're wearing blue posies. And Katie education was really important to her. Her only son, John, she made sure he had a great education. And so this is an essay contest open to all high school students in Carroll County and Carrollton. But the theme is beloved community, how we can build a beloved community, as King said in his speech. the birth of a new age that he delivered in 1956. He talked about a beloved community where men live together as brothers, all men. And of course now we want to say all people live together because the girls want to live in the beloved community too.
Yeah.
But he talked about this vision of a community where everyone lived together in peace. So that's kind of... that's our theme for our essay. We also provide a cash prize for kids who have the most advancement in their they go from being not interested in school, maybe even having some social troubles in school, and the kid that gets the most improvement throughout the year, we give them a cash prize too.
They've covered quite a distance. I mean, to lock in, and really focus on academics. I mean, that deserves something.
Right.
That's amazing.
And we also put on events where people can get together and connect and just kind of love on each other. So
just peaceful, loving events
Yeah.
to bring the community together.
Exactly. Our last event was we had a prayer vigil for our first responder officers, and we had one at the police station and one at the sheriff's station up the road here. And we had a lot of women come out, and we were praying for our officers. So we each work to make an impact in our own way.
Well, I did want to. I'm glad that you made reference to the blue flowers that you have on your lapels there. That's such a cool way to honor Miss Katie, right? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
Katie Farmer.
Katie Farmer, right on. Shout out to Katie Farmer and the legacy she's left here. Look at that. That's so cool. What a great way to commemorate her. Well, before we take our last commercial break, I would love to touch on this. Why is this service so important, especially right now?
Well, in today's political climate, people are feeling very agitated about how someone else thinks about something. And it's not really the fault of the people who live here. We have outside influences that are pumping in, news stories or maybe even falsehoods that kind of set us against each other. So this organization is bound to unify and to try and let us get to know each other, so that even if outside influences are working to separate us as a community all over America, we feel like we can do a part to help people unify.
Well, and I think there tends to be a little bit of apprehension or trepidation around someone who doesn't look like me or someone who doesn't think like me. And so we're working to try to overcome those feelings and show people that just because you look different from me or you think different from me, we do have a lot in common, and we can come together through this group of love and fostering inclusivity and just kindness, really.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that Dr. King was a pastor. I believe he was a Baptist pastor, and being a man of faith, I can't imagine that there's any better way to honor his legacy than to live with the truly Christ-like ideals of being inclusive and welcoming and trusting and loving and just sort of wanting to be together and bond together. There's a lot of power in those teachings. And so much so that his legacy, echoes now through all these many decades. And this is just another great opportunity to celebrate that legacy and bring everyone together. I mean, that's amazingly said. And as you were mentioning, I mean, I'm very pleased and proud to work at a media outlet that has integrity and that a news team that works very diligently to have a fair and balanced reporting on what we look into. But that seems to not be the case the bigger you become. And we see a lot of different groups wanting to sow divisiveness because there's more money when people are scared, I guess.
Yes.
There is.
So, I mean, I imagine this...
You nailed it.
Having this opportunity to celebrate love and friendship, I can't imagine that's incredibly important, and I imagine it feels very good to be a part of.
Yeah, it really does.
Excellent. Well, time is 8:40. Let's go ahead and take our first commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with members of the Carrollton MLK Coalition. That's MLK as in Martin Luther King Jr., Amy Richardson and Mimi Gentry, as we chat about some upcoming events and touch again on their essay contest, which is really, really cool. So definitely stay with us. A Community Voice is brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Consider the Mobius strip. Take a strip of paper, twist it, connect the ends. This connection forms a continuous loop. Seamless, infinite. That's how your healthcare should be too. At Tanner Health, the Mobius is our symbol and our promise, representing our continuum of care and our commitment that the services you need will be here for you always. We're not just changing healthcare, we're redefining it. See more at tanner.org.
The World Language Scholar Journey at Oak Mountain Academy is designed to provide students with a clearly defined, curriculum-based track to acquire essential knowledge and skills for success in biliteracy fields of study. The successful completion of this journey provides colleges with a method to recognize a rigorous foreign language immersion experience for all students at Oak Mountain Academy. I'm Patrick Duran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
And we're back to Community Voice. Today is Friday, January 3rd. I'm your host, Josh Engel. We are live streaming this morning's program with the Carrollton MLK Coalition on our WLBB Facebook page. So if you have any questions or comments for this morning's guests, Amy Richardson and Marketing Director for the organization, Mimi Gentry, hop in the chat. Hey, Aisha. I see Aisha's watching. Good to see you, dear. So cool to run into you into the Food Depot the other day. That was fun. So if you have any questions or comments, just throw those in the chat. All right, let's jump back to it. So we've spoke a bit about the MLK Coalition, the timing of the importance of an organization like this. So how can a person get involved in strengthening our community?
Come to one of our events. So I attended the MLK parade. Was that just last year?
Yeah,
I think
last year.
Just last year, Mimi had said, come on out to the parade, and my husband does photography sort of as an amateur. Yeah, she's reeling me in.
Yeah.
So the two of us came out to the parade, and he wandered around and took photographs, and then I chatted with Mimi and then got to walk with one of the members and carry the banner for the group. And so it was a great opportunity to meet other members from the coalition and then just other members from the community. So same thing for the prayer vigils that we have when people come out. It's just a great opportunity to meet others. And it's kind of funny because one of my neighbors, her daughter showed up at the prayer vigil. I think she's a teacher here locally, and I had never met her daughter. And so it was kind of like, oh, okay, put the two together. So it's, meet neighbors, meet new friends. So
from a writer's perspective, it's like fleshing out their character. You get to meet them
exactly.
and know who they are and
Yes.
get to experience a deeper bond.
Yes, and just on a fundamental level, if you see someone that doesn't look like you, be comfortable with saying hello or making them feel welcome.
Absolutely. I mean, this country is intended to be a melting pot, and Carrollton is no different. I mean, it's a beautiful quilt of different folks from different top parts of the country and world and all these different cultures, but you can all feel unified and celebrate love and kinship right here at one of these events.
Imagine a garden where you only had petunias.
Yeah.
Or you only grew turnip greens. The diversity of our community is what makes us stronger and a more interesting place to be.
Absolutely. And just go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, I think a lot of it too starts with a smile. If you just smile, it makes someone feel comfortable, I think, if you're walking down the street. And so I tend to smile a lot, which may look kind of idiotic, but, it's like I'm a happy person. And so smile and say hello, and it sort of opens those doors.
Absolutely. And that's honestly, that's one of my favorite things about living in the South is that that's pretty much always going to be accepted. Maybe not in Boston. If you're smiling, they're like, what's the problem with you? But there's between that and like folks stopping for funeral processions, like stuff like that really means we're a loving, genteel bunch
Yeah.
down here. So what a great opportunity to celebrate that love and honor the Christ-like teachings that Dr. King has. It was an important part of his legacy and in his teachings. I mean, he was an incredible man. So great opportunities to get involved with the organization here. Let's get to it. We got to talk about some upcoming events because I know that there's so much going on. And what benefits will listeners receive by participating in these events?
So first coming up is Saturday morning. We're starting rehearsal for our beloved community choir. And this choir is for even if you can't carry a tune in a bucket. It's a gospel choir directed by Minister Chip Collins from, hang on, the Victory Tabernacle Church in Carrollton. And we're meeting at the Victory Tabernacle Church for the next 3 Saturday mornings. Rehearsal's just about like an hour to get ready for the ecumenical service. So this beautiful gospel choir filled with people around the community will perform at the MLK ecumenical service, and that's our 32nd ecumenical service, January 19th at 4 p.m. And that's going to be at the Mabry Arts Center in Carrollton High School.
Excellent.
As far as benefits go, just singing with a group of people is scientifically proven to have health benefits. And also you're going to get to meet all different kinds of people that you wouldn't ordinarily meet and make music with them. So the 9:30 a.m. is when our rehearsal is at the Victory Tabernacle Church in Carrollton. That's 97 Glen Way. Excellent. And all are welcome to this rehearsal.
Great. And the rehearsals are, it says, so it'll be the 4th, 11th, and 18th?
Yes, correct.
Wow.
Saturday mornings at 9:30.
Something about creating music together. It goes back to our hunter-gatherer days, or so says Terry Lowry. I mean, he's taught me a few things about music. So so this is an awesome opportunity to get to perform together. Tell us about more.
The ecumenical service is going to be a wonderful honor to Martin Luther King Jr., as well as we'll announce our scholarship winners and our most improved kids winners. We will have the gospel choir will perform. We'll have speakers speaking about unity in our community, and all are welcome. It's at the Mabry Arts Center at Carrollton High School, and that's January 19th. But on Sunday, this coming Sunday, we're going to have a praise and worship extravaganza.
This is just around the corner.
Yeah. Yep. And that's going to be at the Greater Kingdom Seekers Church. That's 919 Maple Street in Carrollton. And you're going to have dancers, singers, choirs, all exalting God and praising God. And in the meantime, we'll be connecting with each other and getting to know each other. So
that's excellent. Yeah. Awesome. So these are some upcoming events that you can participate in. We'll sort of touch on those again there in the last break, just to kind of leave folks there at the last minute with those details, and of course calls to action where they can learn more and whatnot. We'll go ahead and take our last commercial break now, since it's a nice break in the conversation. And when we come back, we're going to jump back into it with Amy Richardson and Mimi Gentry with the Carrollton MLK Coalition as we talk about upcoming events that the coalition will be holding, as well as a bit more about Dr. King's vision for this community and more. So stay with us. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Consider the Mobius strip. Take a strip of paper, twist it, connect the ends. This connection forms a continuous loop. Seamless, infinite. That's how your healthcare should be too. At Tanner Health, the Mobius is our symbol and our promise, representing our continuum of care and our commitment that the services you need will be here for you always. We're not just changing healthcare, we're redefining it. See more at tanner.org.
The Entrepreneur Scholar Journey at Oak Mountain Academy is designed to provide students with a clearly defined curriculum-based track to acquire essential knowledge and skills for success in business and leadership. Critical areas include identifying entrepreneurial characteristics, selecting a value position, and business model development. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
And we're back to Community Voice. Today is Friday, January 3rd. Again, Happy New Year to those I have not had the opportunity to speak to. We're very pleased to have Amy Richardson and Mimi Gentry on the program with us today. They are with the Carrollton MLK Coalition. We've been chatting about upcoming events, scholarship giveaways, praise celebrations, and so much more in honoring the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Definitely share this show, especially a show like this. Go on Facebook, share the link to the live stream. You can also share a link to the podcast if you would like, to spread the word about the great work that the MLK Coalition has been doing right here in West Georgia for many, many years, over 3 decades, and plus some. So let's jump back into it. So whoever would like to take this question, tell us a bit about Dr. King's vision for a beloved community.
In his speech, The Birth of a New Age, that he delivered on August 11th, 1956, King envisioned a beloved community where people live together as brothers and sisters. And this vision it's such a simple vision, and it's a vision that that should be easy to achieve, but it's not always easy to achieve. So we're just working together to try and bring that vision to Carroll County. And like you said, King's vision is based on the studies of Christ. He was a disciple of Christ. He was a devout Christian man, and that love and that welcoming and that acceptance translates even today, many years after he was assassinated, and that's what we want to bring about in this community.
And no matter what walk of life you're a part of, whether you are a Christian or whether you're a Muslim, whether you are of no faith at all, which is a choice, the world would be a much better place if folks lived to the tenets of Christ, to the teachings of Christ. You go read the words in red. Like, if you can live like that, any community is going to be a much happier, loving, welcoming place. And what a great way to honor to Dr. King's teachings in that way. How does the MLK Coalition work to bring that vision to life here in West Georgia?
We work together by having different events, and we try to get the word out for people in the community to come and attend and participate, meeting those who may not look like them or think like them, and spreading the love and just a feeling of kinship, really. We're all on this planet together, and it's up to us to try to make sure that there's a future for the next generations coming along. So we put the word out about the different events that are coming up and want people to attend and see what we do, and maybe they'll decide to participate and help spread the word. Excellent.
Well, I'd love to touch back on these events. I have a short memory span, so I love it when guests kind of throw out those details again, so I can make last minute notes in case people missed it before. If you could, Mimi, as the marketing director, could you please take us through the upcoming events that the Carrollton MLK Coalition are going to be putting on right here in West Georgia?
Sure. If you love to sing and want to strengthen the community, you're welcome to come and sing with the Carrollton MLK Coalition's beloved community choir. Rehearsals are January 4th, 11th, and 18th at 9:30 a.m. Location, Victory Tabernacle Church in Carrollton at 97 Glen Way. All are welcome. Do you want to take the praise?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and then this coming Sunday, the 5th, at 3 p.m., we have our praise and worship extravaganza. There's going to be singing, dancing, dancers using their gifts to glorify God, prayer. Everyone is welcome, and the location for that is the Greater Kingdom Seekers Church at 919 Maple Street here in Carrollton.
And look, you didn't include this, but I got to point it out because I'm so interested in this. There's going to be mimes. How cool is that? That is such an incredible art form.
Yes.
Telling stories through gestures and whatnot. That's amazing.
Yeah. We have some very talented young women. And are there any young men? I'm not sure. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's some young folks who will be doing the dancing, the creative.
And they mime to praise music,
Wow.
recorded praise music.
Yeah.
So
A lot of listeners would love that, to get to see that. That's so cool. So as you were saying, singers, there'll be some miming, dancers, which is miming is sort of a part of that, and singers. This sounds like a great event.
It's an extravaganza. It's not just an event. It's an extravaganza.
That's it. I love it. Awesome. Well, how about this ecumenical service? I can't believe I said that word right.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
On January 19th at 4 p.m. at the Mabry Center at Carrollton High School, we're going to be having the 32nd Martin Luther King Jr. Ecumenical Service, which is celebrating the man and the bright future that he called for. So we'll have the gospel choir. We'll have a speaker dedicated to sharing King's vision. We'll be awarding scholarships for our exceptional essay writers, and we will also be awarding cash prizes for kids who have really worked hard to improve their scholastic ability.
And I would love to touch on that again, the essay contest. Could you remind folks about how those winners are selected?
All right. We have a winner from Carroll County as schools, as well as from Carrollton City Schools. So we'll have two winners. And the essay is chosen just by a criteria of judging an essay. Is the idea well presented? Is it, in an essay form, just the criteria of essays? Is all the information there? Is it easily understandable? Are the words spelled right? Is the punctuation good? So it's kind of a grammar, jumping over some grammar hurdles as well.
But there's like a theme that everyone's following?
Yes.
Excellent. And that theme one more time?
The beloved community.
Oh.
How to bring that to Carrollton.
So just a reminder to those listening, parents, this is a great opportunity to get your kids thinking. To get your kids critically thinking about some very important wisdoms that I think some folks have forgotten. In the time since Dr. King was alive and with us, before his life was tragically cut short, he was able to bestow a lot of teachings, and it's really neat to build on that theme of beloved community, and they can work on that.
And just a caution, January 1st was the deadline for the essay turn-in. So if you have a talented writer in your family and you want to get in on it, next year we'll have a different theme and a different competition.
Thank you, Mimi. See, Mimi keeps me together because I was like, oh, great. Let's get entries. The cutoffs already happened, but next year there will be more. So don't forget that. You have no excuse. This is your opportunity. You now know that they do this. So you have that beloved community choir, which the first rehearsal is, I suppose, tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
the 4th. Yep, at 9:30, and so there's going to be plenty of events coming up in the next few weeks to celebrate the legacy of Dr. King. Well, this is amazing. So,
and we have all of these reminders in your community calendar, so maybe they can find it on your website.
Excellent. Yeah, go to graditcommunications.com, check out the community calendar. We have 1 minute left, so if we could, Amy and Mimi, could you leave us with where folks can learn more and stay up to date with different initiatives and events that the Carrollton MLK Coalition puts on?
We do have a Facebook page, so the Carrollton MLK Coalition Facebook page. You can learn more there and connect there, so it's an easy way. Or if you know one of our members, Evangelist Lori Bell is our president, or me or Amy or any of the other members, that's also a good way to connect.
Excellent. And let's hear it for Amy for her first time on the show. How great did she do?
Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome.
Thanks.
You were amazing. What a great experience.
Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome. So if you want to learn more about what the coalition is up to, check out the Carrollton MLK Coalition on Facebook. Thank you to our guests, Amy Richardson and Mimi Gentry. To everyone who tuned in at home, we'll see you next time.
National headlines and the local stories you care about.